Damn right there's recording in progress. We're back, baby.
Yeah.
Doing it. Here we are. That's Alex and Rios, and I'm Tony F and G.
That's him.
The middle of the day, it's hot, and we're ready. Just like Subway's oven baked sandwiches, damn it. Yeah.
Oh man, now they gotta pay us.
Fuck Subway. They just admitted their tuna's not tuna, and I like their tuna, so I don't know what I'm into. Maybe cat food and broken whiskey bottles. I don't know what it is.
None of what they sell is what they sell. Their fucking bread is made out of like the same material that they make yoga mats out of. That's the thing that came out a couple of years ago.
Ew.
Yeah.
What? Stop
Don't
that.
worry. It's before. It's not used yoga mats. It's before.
Well, we don't know that.
and even so, recycle. It's fine.
Oh God, that's funny.
So yeah, we're recording on Tony's lunch break. So he's eating a meal. So cheers, Tony.
Yeah, sorry. Listen, I tried to record yesterday. It's too damn hot. I can't sit in here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and record. I'm sorry, kids, it ain't gonna happen. So for a while there, till it cools off, might be at my lunch break. But,
yeah, it's funny. Like we were gonna record yesterday, and then you text me. You're like, it's too fucking hot. And then like you sent me another text that just said, I miss when we used to drink on the show.
Yeah. I was like, can we just like figure that we'll talk, but yeah, we need to figure out when we can just get drunk together again. I miss that.
Yeah, that was I wonder if the quality of the show's better. I don't
know. Fuck it. I'll take a stab. If you're listening to this, if you think that we should drink, let us know.
Oh, everyone's gonna say yes.
That's fine.
Everybody
we can also have a GoFundMe beer page,
That sounds great.
You could just send us beer to try out.
That, Tony, that is the best idea you've ever had in your whole life. Listen to Tony. Listen to him.
No, he's never said that before. You have never said listen to Tony ever.
Listen to Tony. Look at me and listen to him, okay? Send us free beer and we'll get drunk on it. But here's the thing: is you have to send two of the same beer to both of us, and we both live in different states. So, but
it doesn't. Yeah, I don't care. You could send Panther piss to me and cowboy shit to him, or whatever you want to do. That's fine. And we'll talk about it. I just like making that stupid face when I drink beer because I'm not a big fan, but I like the buzz.
Yeah, you do that to every single beer you ever drink.
Right.
It's like, well, you don't have to drink it.
I want to. I want the buzz, man.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't like the smell of pot necessarily, but
word. How you been, man? How's things?
All right. My hamburger's really good. Yeah, man, there's like mustard, mayonnaise, flamingo feathers in there. Really good.
Flamingo feathers. Right on.
Mm-hmm. I've been good. There we go. All right. I did want to say that I finally went to a concert, like I said I would. What movie is that with? Starts talking to the dog. Oh, I feel like this. What's that? Not the one with Anchorman, where he talks to the dog. The dog has braces and pajamas on, and Baxter.
Yeah, that's right.
Talks to Baxter.
Baxter, and then Jack Black he kicks him off over.
That is one of the gnarliest scenes I've ever seen. Oh yeah? Well, now this is happening. You destroyed what I love. You drop kicks a dog off a bridge, man. That's cold-blooded.
Off of a bridge, off of the fucking overpass.
I love that it was a drop kick. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But in any case, yeah, it's cool that we have that there's dogs. It's cool. I would have pets on the show. That's fine. But anyway, I did have a good week because I did go to a concert. I went and saw Modest Mouse, like I said I would. And It's pretty cool, but I've really have this sneaking suspicion that's probably one of the last shows I'm gonna see for a while once more.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna go. Things
It's
are
gonna, I was like, I have a feeling this is gonna be it. And I gotta say, first show I've seen in a year and a half, I fucking really enjoyed it. Like maybe more than I've ever enjoyed any other show. Not saying the show was better than other shows, but I was like, yeah. I didn't take my fucking phone out. I just stood there and just watched it and just got into it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There were people that were drunk, falling all over themselves. I'm like, you fucked up. You risked getting another strain of a virus, basically, for this
Yeah,
show.
right.
And you're throwing up in your sneakers. You could have done that at home, and you probably do that at home, but you didn't have to do that here. Um, so I had a really good fucking time. They were great, but this is what I took away from it. What I like about it, actually, it was efficient. They started on time, they did their shit, and they got the fuck out of there. I mean, like
Nice.
they did their set, they did 20 songs, and then they were out. And you could just tell it was like, there's still a pandemic, get the fuck out of our building. And it was like, yep, gotcha, no problem. And it's like, you can do this from now on. That's fine with me. I really don't care. Like I was home in time for bed. Fantastic. Not a problem. But the show was great. I really enjoyed it. They played their asses off, but you still are going to get this sense that they're doing this to feed people, to give people money in their camp, in their band, their crew. Definitely why people are going on the road. You can just feel it. You know that's what's going on, especially with this Delta shit going around and you're like, should we, well, we're not protected from that. So should we fuck it. Play the music.
That's the thing I'm confused about because I've heard that the vaccine does protect you from the Delta variant, but then I've heard that it doesn't. So it's one of those things where it's like it's just another reminder that no one ever knows what the fuck's going on ever. And
The
that's the
government,
thing that we need to admit to ourselves. That would
right.
that would in my book and head and heart that would make things better if someone that is important elected in some sort of office bullshit office just goes, hey, no one knows what's going on, nobody, I don't, they don't, you sure as shit don't, so let's do our best, and that's it. Instead of people trying to be like, we got to figure this out, we got to figure that out. Anyway,
No, you're
I'm
right.
good show.
I just want to point out, I just want to say this. Alex for Congress. Alex for Congress. My man's talking about truth and politics. Alex for Congress. Okay. Right next to the 32-year-old that said fuck all the old people and she's in there. I think she can get you in there, buddy. I don't think it's a problem. You're a Mexican. You got some style, you got swagger, you understand the West Coast. You're in. You're in. It's fine. A little bit of truth. But that's the reality of it. The government hasn't decided. I didn't say science. I said the government hasn't decided if this is bad for you yet. They'll let you know depending on how the elections go. Because they're like, fuck me. If we shit the bed here, they're gonna turn their backs on us. They're like, these guys, they fucked up. I mean, that's what they were. I mean, at the end of the day, you worry about your job. Like you can't do shit about a pandemic. You've worn a suit your whole life and told the truth. So you don't know shit about viruses. You're gonna trust whoever tells you. And if they're saying we're fucked, they're like, shh, 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 shh. Wait. We'll be fucked in December. Let's not be fucked till December. Okay. We need to, yeah, let's not do that. It's fine. The way I feel about it, it feels to me is that if you have the vaccine and this new shit's coming around, you're fucked. You need a new vaccine. The
Sure.
word on the street from doctors and shit that I've talked to, you're no good. That shit didn't do you any good. You'll need another vaccine. So the city changed the mandate. You now have to, this is really weird. You have to wear a mask if you're inside, but if everybody's sitting down, you can take your mask off. But if someone takes off their left shoe, then you have to put your mask in your back pocket. I don't understand. Long story short, take a fucking mask wherever you go if you're in this area. Vaccine or not.
That's the thing I never got is like, all right, you have to wear a mask. It's mandatory, except when you're eating and drinking. Oh, do you think the whatever virus you ever have, whether it's just like, just goes, he's eating. They're eating. She's eating. I'll give you a second.
Right.
That's kind of like the same theory where people go, I have a bunch of guns, but they're all kept downstairs in a safe with 2 codes. And when a bad guy breaks in, I go, hey, can you give me a second? I got to go run downstairs and do 2 codes and a fingerprint and then put the fucking barrel on and like fucking
loading a musket.
and then, like, give me a second. All right, I'm ready now. Like, that's that same thing. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh my God. It's fine. So yeah, I got to go to a show in the pandemic because it's not over. So
But it was
for me.
fun. Though. It was a good show.
That's fucking awesome. It was really cool because I like that music. And I don't know if this happens to you, but whenever I go see a band that I like and I see them live, I listen to their music for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That ever happen? Yeah, where you go crazy and you start digging up their old albums and, oh, I forgot about that fucking song. Oh, I wish they would have played this. Blah 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 blah. I like that. It's kind of like gives you something to, I don't know. It kind of like it lasts longer than the show itself. You're still on that, still riding that out.
Yeah, you're still high on it. You know, you're still.
Yeah. I mean, I say the word high so much, I figured people were expecting me to say it, so I didn't want to say it this time. You know, got to surprise them once in a while. But yeah, beyond that, the show was awesome. And then, as I said yesterday, I'm getting tired of sitting in my freaking apartment. I don't know if we're supposed to sit in our apartments or be outside and sweat to death or sweating here. But my dad, who cannot swim, who's currently off of work, he was like, hey man, you want to go swimming? And I was like, fuck man, he doesn't know how to swim. He's not gonna go alone, is he? Like he really can't swim, I mean, at all. It looks really weird. It's kind of fun to try and get him to, just so you can see what it looks like for someone who doesn't have that talent, but he can't swim. And so we went in the pool and he was getting down, we were walking towards the 6-foot section and now he like tripped or something. I put my arms out. I'm like, no. He's like, I'm all right. I'm like, no, you're not. You can't fucking swim. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, yeah.
You forgot about it.
Oh yeah, it's like you can't just put your feet. Well, he could put his feet down, but whatever. Yeah, so I kind of felt like I was lifeguard, but it was 100. I don't know what it was, but it was hot. It felt like sitting in the pool was a good idea. Even the pool was like 80 degrees. It was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, it's still hot. Yeah, I mean, I think yesterday it was 109 or 10. And there's fires nearby. There's a big fucking fire in Canada, so we're getting a lot of the smoke. So it's like, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like when there's a fire in the summer, it makes it like warmer because like it's like the smoke acts like a blanket, I feel like, and it feels like it's all smoky and the sky's all hazy and tan, and I just feel like we're wearing a smoky blanket, you know.
Well, you wonder if you don't get any kind of humidity from that because they're trapping the heat.
Well, I'm sure.
So it's like being in a fucking broiler.
Yeah.
You know? Shit sucks, man. How was the rest of your week?
It was good. It's a good week. I watched that Woodstock 99.
Did you?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Oh fuck yeah.
What was it called? Music Box? Is that what it was called? Or
so here's for those of you who have HBO, obviously. For those of you who have HBO, there's a series they started. I think it's called Music Box Presents or something. And the first episode was Woodstock 99. I was trying to figure it out because it said it's a series, but then there's only one show. So anyway, they're going to make more of them based on other things that they've dug up. But the Woodstock thing, man, what did you think?
Dude, it was fucking crazy. It was a really good documentary, but it was just like, it was fucking nuts, man. Dude, like, I've seen the video of when Korn played, I've watched that video of when they played Woodstock 99, and the audience looks like water. Did you see that? Like, when Korn played, but they showed more of it. They had a bigger, they showed more of the video, and the singer Jonathan Davis was talking about how there were so many people, and then there were speakers way far away where it seemed like a mile away from the stage, and so the sound was hitting them differently. So it looked like water. The audience looked like water because when they would jump, the people next to the stage would jump on this beat, but
Whoa.
that were like a half a mile away wouldn't hear that beat until a couple seconds later. So like the audience was they were jumping like this. So they had like a camera on the stage, and when you looked at the audience, it looked like water. It was like this, like rolling back
Right.
to the back of the fucking field. It was pretty intense.
Fuck yeah.
It's like say what you want about the band Korn, but it looked pretty fucking rad. Like it was just like
Yeah.
loud and heavy, and like the audience was like boom, boom, boom. But all in all, that festival was fucked up.
Yeah.
People died, people got raped, people like were rioting, fires. Fuck the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Fuck them.
Well, Limp Bizkit didn't do anybody any favors either.
Fuck Limp Bizkit. I mean,
Right.
before this, fuck Limp Bizkit and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
before this whole like, but here's my thing. You could blame Limp Bizkit for whatever you want. Of course you can and you should. But what do you think they were gonna do? Do you think they did anything good ever?
no,
No. It's like one of those things where it's like you got to know who you're hiring, right?
Right.
Yeah, like so it's like of course they incited like a riot and shit.
That's what they do. I mean, that was their music at the time. Was like it wasn't a video like him walking down the street in a puffy jacket and baggy pants, like getting everyone to follow him down the street. Like
Yeah,
that was one of the videos.
What did you think was gonna happen? Like
I thought it was actually like a beautiful fucking disaster. Like as if someone didn't use their fucking noggin and didn't realize. Now the Woodstock promoters, those guys, I know that you know who that guy is, right? He's the one who put on the original Woodstock.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the goofy looking, yeah, he kind of looks like that guy from The Mask almost, like if he was a little more, yeah. I'm not talking about The Mask with Ace Ventura or the whatever. I'm talking about The Mask with Cher in it, with Corky and shit. That's what I'm talking about. But in any case, those dudes wanted to make their money. They lost their ass in 94, like they lost their ass in 69. So they were just hell bent on making money. You can see that just by watching the documentary, if you just know a little bit of his history. And that in the two festivals he did put on before that, lost no money, made no money, as far as I know. So this one was all about the money. That didn't help as far as the promoters go. They booked it at a hot ass old Air Force base. Stupid fucking idea. I've been to air shows in those situations for 6 hours and they're nightmarish. Hot. Right. It just sucks all the heat down. There's no trees. So that was stupid. But they were worried because for security, their whole thing was we need a place that has big fences so people can't fucking sneak in so we don't lose money.
Right.
That's why they did it there. So that was a big fucking mistake. Then they charged too much for water and shit, which $4 of water is actually a good deal now. But
yeah, nowadays, that's how much water costs.
Right. Yeah. And then another thing that was interesting was these poor guys that were trying to create awareness for a cause were giving out fucking candles. Not that great either. But the best thing, and I was at this age. I was 18 when that happened. Woodstock 99, and I wanted to be there. I kind of remember being like, I want to go to Woodstock, but I joined the Marines instead. Good decision. But in any case, because I realized that was my music. Like I'm not lying to you, man. I had that album. I had the Korn album. I had the Limp Bizkit album. I listened to ICP. I listened to all that shit, and I saw myself in that pit. Like I'm just not gonna lie. I'm like, yep, that would have been me. That definitely would have been me in there for sure. If I was able to go, I would have been there. I don't know why I didn't go, or maybe I didn't care that much. I don't know. But in any case, that was a lineup I would have gone for at that age. And I'm so fucking glad I didn't for so many reasons. Number one, I would never want to say that I was there because for the rest of your life, after people see that documentary, they're going to be like rapist. Like, I'm not.
Right. But, well, yeah. If you went, you're the demographic there. That was the majority, a white guy, a white man, or a white, and so you would have been like pointed at, like, oh, that's part of the problem at Woodstock. Like, so yeah.
Right. And I'm not. But this is what I like. I hated TRL. I hated Total Request Live. I hate it. I was tired of it. Everyone at that age was tired of it. And MTV did a really good job on starting like shit. That's what they did. They started controversy with Korn and Limp Bizkit against all this trendy pop rock shit that MTV was also pumping out. So it was just funny that MTV was there and they're like, we don't understand what the problem is. Why isn't everyone getting along? We better get the fuck out of here. And it was like, your viewers are gonna kill you. It's gonna be great. They're gonna put Rick Carson on one of those freaking rotisseries. They're just gonna round it. That would have been cool, man. That part I would have been there for. But even Moby was like, this shit isn't right. And that guy's been on a lot of drugs and been to a lot of festivals with drugs. And if he says it's time to get the fuck out of there, it's time to leave. Yeah, he said they did their set and got the fuck out. Like,
he was like, we plan on staying the whole weekend or whatever, but like, yeah, he was like, we're gone.
Well, and they booked like three. The one thing that was funny, they said they booked 3 female acts, one for each day. And then they're like, you mean to tell me that wasn't on fucking purpose? Yeah, right. They should have booked way more mellow acts, like way more. And we can't.
There's too many angry kids that were filled by that like new metal rap rock kind of thing. You know, it's just.
Well, now that's Ozfest, and everyone knows that if you go there, you're going to get your teeth knocked out by someone who's already missing teeth because they smoke crack. So you don't go to those shows. I don't go to that shit that much. I don't go to Rock on the Range or anything like that. Anything with a range or a farm field or any of that weird. I don't rock on anything. I don't do that shit because I don't want to do that all day. I need to chill the fuck out. I want Alanis Morissette to remind me that her boyfriend fucked around on her in the 90s. I want to hear that. You know, but I get it, the cheating bitch, yeah, like that's my thing. I can get excited about that, but just fucking, eat your fucking soul. Like, no, easy. End of the night, slow down.
Right.
So I need a rounded music festival with psychedelic experiences involved, you know, like, is that a woman or a person with 3 tits? This is weird. Those are that's the fun I want, not a like, hey man, this sounds like ECDC. Fuck ECDC, Slayer. It's like, all right. Easy. We're not even in there yet, you fucking idiot. Calm down. You don't want those people together. You give them one of those and you give them like the Alan Parsons Project as an opener. You fuck with their heads. You don't give them like, hey, you mad at the world? Well, here's all the music that gets you fired up. And here's the company that got you fired up with their MTV horse shit. And here's the hottest fucking temperatures New York State's ever had. And here's $4 water. Here's some shit you can set on fire. And those girls are flashing their tits. So clearly your stupid ass thinks they want to be raped. This is going to be a great weekend. It's like, Jesus, fuck me, man. Glad I wasn't there.
Like, it was just like it's a combination of so many bad things that it's like a recipe that's built for a disaster. Like there's nothing in there that's not gonna make a disaster. Like women were like basically, you know, told to like, you know, what they said, like the Girls Gone Wild thing. Like it was just like, you know, like you had to be basically a piece of meat back then. Like you were told you had to, that was your fucking place. If you didn't do that, you were out of line, that kind of thing. It was just, the whole thing was shitty.
Well, and the reality, but the thing is I was going to a lot of shows. I went to other bands like those. I saw Korn before that year, before they did Woodstock. I saw them in North Dakota. And at that time when I was going to shows from like definitely like the late 90s, early 2000s, it's unfortunate to say, but that didn't just happen at Woodstock. That was every fucking heavy show I went to. There was someone, as soon as a chick would go up, whether she wanted to, I'll be honest, whether she wanted to or not, people started grabbing at her clothes, man. That shit was happening before Woodstock. But Woodstock was like center stage. This is how people are acting at our fucking shows right now. If you're Limp Bizkit, if you're Korn, if you're whatever, our fan base, this is how they're fucking acting. Not all of them, but enough to make it look like everybody is. And I've seen it, man. I've been there. Chick going over your head, and people just ripping, like, what the fuck? Like, want to rip my clothes? I feel unwanted. What the fuck? Take my clothes off. It's hot in here. You know, what are you gonna fuck with her for? Like, it's just weird. It was really fucked up. And I'm proud to go to shows now where I have not seen that in a long time.
Yeah,
I hope that's over.
and if so, like not like like there's people. I think the general consensus, like if that were to happen, people would like. I hope and I know that people would like
Yeah.
yeah would like try to prevent that. Like if someone's surfing despite their gender, you're pushing them up. You might accidentally you're gonna grab a butt cheek because that's what's happening. You're pushing them up, and if you're touching a butt, it's just the butt bottom of your hands. You just pass them around. That's what's supposed to happen. Everyone gets their butt kind of
Right.
touched and palmed.
Right.
That's the name of the game. But there's a difference when you start reaching around and grabbing tits and pulling clothes off. And,
Well, and that before that, let's just say like the 80s and rock shows and Aerosmith Steven Tyler had a lot to do with this. Sorry, Stevie, but you did. He was a big fan of encouraging that sort of behavior. And not only that, he'd invite girls, he would have the front, like the security and whoever road manager would go out into the crowd. This happened. I was there, I saw it. He comes up to the girls and says, like, who are further back, and says, "Hey, do you want to come to the front row?" So Steven Tyler actually would bring the broads out to the front row. And then, if they flashed him, they flashed him. Flashing was the thing for a while, to flash the band. But then music got so fucking aggressive, and men were tired of the artist being flashed and not them. So I guess that's how that shit. I mean, one thing led to another. A chick's up on shoulders with her shirt off, But in
right.
any case, I'm glad that shit's over. Not proud that I was I saw it. Definitely, I sleep at night. I was never like that. Thank God I was raised with good morals, but never fucking supported that nonsense. And I have a kid, for Christ's sakes, man. If I heard that happen to my fucking kid, I would want to beat up the whole audience. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like, because it's such a shitty thing to do. She doesn't know who fucked with her. Right? Whoever it happens, they don't know. It's fucking horrible. It's
yeah.
like, dude, what if you went to the bathroom in the men's room and someone slammed your head into the wall, 17 pool cues came out? You don't know who had what pool cue, but damn, your ass hurts. You can't do anything about it. That's how these fucking women would feel. So fuck
Yep.
off. Sorry, just had to. It kind of gets me upset. It's like, that's not fucking cool, man. That's not what you spend all this money for. And the bands, like, they knew what the fuck they're doing. They know. Well, it's like they were like, well, we were really high. I was fucked up back then. It's like, yeah, well, look what you did. Hey, fucking dick. God only knows what was going on your side of the stage.
Right. I thought it was kind of funny. It made me laugh a little that the Offspring was the voice of reason.
I know. And right now they're the voice of reason because they were about to cancel their tour, and because the drummer wouldn't get a COVID shot. And
Oh,
no, I'm saying, like, the Offspring are like, oh, we're not fucking shitheads, and they were like, we're replacing our drummer for the rest of the tour because our drummer won't get a shot, and they did. Like, just this week, and the lead singer flew his own personal jet, picked up the drummer, flew him back to the show. It's like, here, thanks for getting your shot. Let's go. So Offspring, good. Offspring, good people. Check them out. Like,
yeah.
I love that, those guys. When I was 16, Smash It Up and all that. Like, that was right up my alley. That was great. I love those guys. But I'm glad they weren't pieces of shit. So.
No, I just thought that part was funny. You, like to me, I was like, really? Them? The voice of reason, huh?
It's got to come
Someone's
from
gotta do it.
somewhere.
I mean, yeah, sure. Them? All right. Fucking A.
Surprise, surprise. I know. It's just
like it's not like I thought that they would be bad people or not, or I never think about the Offspring. Let's put it this way. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, well. So I guess someone has to, so it might as well be them.
well, it's good to know that some bands have a conscience and they're not just doing blow off each other's foreheads. That's good.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I not a long time ago, but a couple of years ago, in 2017, I was doing a comedy festival in San Francisco, and Callie came with me, and we like one day it was like before one of the shows we went to go have like lunch somewhere in Oakland, and we were at this place. It was like a brunch place, and the food came, and then we were like, can we get some hot sauce? So they brought us some hot sauce, and one of the hot sauce bottles that they sat down had like this it had a picture of like a white dude with blonde hair and sunglasses, and he was wearing a sombrero and bullets. and he had like, I think he had two guns like this or something, and it said Gringo hot sauce on it. And I was looking at him like, it looks like the singer of The Offspring. And I turned it around, and I started reading the label, and then it was like, I was like, oh, this is made by the singer of the Offspring. Whatever his name is, he has a hot sauce company, and it's called Gringo Hot Sauce.
Gringo hot sauce.
Yeah. And I was like, huh. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. It doesn't taste bad. It's good. It's not,
So what you're saying is that these people are business people, and they're like, listen, this rape shit you guys are doing, it's no good for business. Knock it the fuck off. We got a show to do. That's disgusting. Let's get back to work. That's good to know. So without just jumping here, but we also were talking about a Doug Stanhope special this week. Instead of music, we chose Alex chose Doug Stanhope. What was the name of the album, man?
The name of the album was Dying of a Last Breath.
Yes.
And it was put out last year. I'm assuming the beginning of last year, 2020. Yeah, it's par for the course of Doug Stanhope. You know. Now, what'd you think of it?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I had to watch it twice, but
you actually watched it, huh?
Yeah. So for those of you who wanted to follow along or want to follow along, want to watch this special. I did have to find it on Amazon. I do not have Apple Music, so I bought it. You're not invited over. Just kidding. Maybe we can watch it together, one at a time. Bring a mask. But in any case, yeah. So I bought it. Actually paid for it. So I was hoping it was decent. But yeah, I thought it was awesome. I like him, man. The way he brought it up in the beginning, he started reading his paperwork. He started reading the shit he had written down, basically saying, well, here, you're gonna do a better job of this part. Like, what was he doing? What was he?
He was apologizing for basically being called out for being un-PC before he got called out. So
right.
he's nipping it in the bud before. So like he was like reading an apology letter for the album he was about to put out.
Right. And he was reading different parts of the letter before each bit. So he had a bit about children and how they got eaten by alligators. And they said, I apologize. And then he apologized. Then he did the bit. And then a little bit later, he went in about Indian guys and how they never how they, can I say? Yeah, I'm saying anyway. Doug Stanhope says how Indian men only gang rape because they're not strong enough to rape by themselves. That's why that one character has 8 arms. So in any case, before he did that joke, he's like, I apologize to the Indian culture. I just like that because he is not PC, but even he's addressing that he's not PC. He's trying to nip it in the butt so he can still do his thing. And for a lot of us comics who are not PC, it was nice to see that and be like, oh, okay, he found a way. He found his way to do it.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that part was great. And it was just like he was, before the bits he would talk, apologize. And yeah, it was good. It's exactly what you expect from Doug Stanhope. It was the beginning. I do have to say, I don't know if it was just the recording I was listening to off of iTunes, but I felt like the audience was turned down, or they weren't laughing or something. No. It was like it was quiet.
And they taped a few. They did a few tapings. It didn't sound like he was tearing the house down.
But I also know that that's kind of Doug Stanhope as of the last 10 years ish. It's like, oh, really? He had like the one he did in Portland.
The beer hall putsch. That was good.
He did tear down the house. People were loving that one. But that's kind of his style. It's kind of like the Lenny Bruce style, where he's like just like a truth sayer in his version of truth, a truth sayer, instead of like always being funny. It's like a lot of it's funny, but he's like, Doug Stanhope's talking about the dark and the dirty, especially on this album, that he takes I think it's good that there's comedy for everyone, Christian comedy all the way over to Doug Stanhope. You know what I mean? Prop comedy, hillbilly comedy, get her done, all of that. Like I feel like it's good to have all that kind of comedy, and that's Doug Stanhope. He's the back alley, dark, dirty, like dark and dirty. You know, like a stripper shooting heroin between her toes, like bad, like dark, dirty, like the like he's like an infested boil, like that kind of like this is gross and it's in your face and it's real. Like it's.
I love that you're saying all this shit right now, because for the last 2 minutes I've been wanting to say, if you want to know what my comedy's like, and then you're like, it's a nasty fucking boil in your face. There's a punchline every 7.5 minutes. It's not what you're used to. Most people don't laugh at this shit, but if you can hang in there, you might get a giggle out of it. That's me. And that's old Dougie, but Dougie's been doing it longer than I have. Everyone knows, like, hey, you know what? Even Tony's up there doesn't know what the fuck he's going to say next, but he might hit something. So we're just going to hang out and wait. Except Stanhope gets to do it for a living. So it's better. But a ranting comic, that is what Doug Stanhope is and what I one day aspire to be. Some nasty boil where 3 people might laugh at my recorded special.
Well, see, well, that's the thing is he has his audience.
Yeah, he built his fan right. That's they are loyal fans.
And that's how it is for everybody, but it's like really true for people like Doug Stanhope. For people like Doug Stanhope, it's like no one's really wandering off the street and watching it. And if they do, someone might be able to be like, hey, just so you know, like this is what you're about to see. Like it's not like you know, like people aren't really he's probably not the rooms he's doing, people probably aren't papering the room. People probably aren't like just throwing tickets out, you know, because it's like this is not for everyone. This is dark and dirty. You know, he's not gonna not try to offend you.
Well, right. He's one of those comics where if someone says you shouldn't say that, he's going for it. And there isn't I mean, most comics I know feel that way, but will, you know, have a restraint. But I like talking like that. I love it. And I love the shit he said. I love the bit he did about the kid getting eaten by the fucking crocodile. I almost did a backflip in this here fucking chair, man. That was great. He's like, oh, I thought it was your turn to watch the kid. Oh, darn, it's a fucking alligator. You wrestle him. Here, it's your turn. And that's funny. To me, that's fucking funny. But a kid got eaten in real life. So you have to get past that for the punchline. And I'm way past that. Not my fucking kid, whatever. But I get that. I get that. If it was me, I'd probably be working at Disney World saying, stay away from the water, you know, that kind of thing. But it didn't happen to me. So, and the other bit he had, I'm sorry, but like he get me. The bit about where his 21-year-old cousin of a cousin was on the road. What is it? Gay something, Eric?
Gay cousin Eric.
Gay cousin Eric. And he's not gay, he's Jewish. So that's why they were fucking with him. They call it. That's funny to me. That's fucking funny. See, it's good shit.
He's like not even gay.
And then he talks about what he thought it would be like on the road, and the kid's like, "Hey, can we go to Wrigley Field?" And Stanhope's like, "No, we don't do stuff. Like we just go to our rooms and do nasty shit, and then get drunk, and then get on stage, and then do it all over again. And we go to the wrong fucking hotel rooms because they all look the same." And it was just, but. With all that, it was really, and here's what I like about a comic like that. I like about any comic that does it like this. They attack hard issues, do their best to make it funny. They're very real. And at the end, he gave you a little something to take home, which I love. And basically how he put it was, everyone in the world now is saying, don't make fun. Don't make fun of people. You shouldn't make fun of this. You shouldn't make fun of that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And his point was simple. Life is already very fucking hard. You should make fun at every chance you get, not just to hurt someone, but just to have fun, make fun, find humor in life. Because if not, this shit is not going to get any easier for anybody if we can't lighten the fuck up. And that's what he's saying right there at the very end of his special. Make fun. Enjoy this shit because it's already fucking hard. Yep. And I like that. It's like, yeah, he addressed it in the beginning. He read his disclaimer every time before he went into a bit. And he's genuinely saying, hey, I shouldn't have to fucking do this, but I am doing it. So, and I'm doing this because people say you're not allowed to make fun of anything anymore.
Right.
So they're wrong. Make fun. The fuck. And I like that. I really like when someone gives you a little something to take home, put it in your pocket, and you get home and you're like, yeah, fuck, I got something out of that. Whether you're drunk, hungover, he gave you herpes, whatever else happened at the show, you got that little nugget. Some people don't do that. I like when they give you something at the end. So just a finger. Yeah, I thought it was good for what, an hour and 20 minutes. He was letting it rip. He wasn't just filling an hour. He was like, I got some shit I'm gonna talk about. And it was I like him. I like the fact that he's out there, that he dresses like shit and owns it. Like, I love that. I like that the story about him going to an all black barber shop and fucking owned it. He was scared shitless, didn't know if he should go in or not. Like,
yeah. And they knew he was afraid. They knew that he was there.
And then he's like the oldest barber in there took him and like squared him the fuck away. You know, they gave him a real haircut. And he's like, and then from that moment on in my life, I just knew that I would never fucking go there again. He was trying to beat his buddy through the car wash and went to get a fucking haircut at the barbershop. I thought it was a really good special, man. Nice pick. Hopefully, if you didn't see this or if you didn't watch the special, maybe us talking about it intrigued you a little bit. So once more, we're talking about Doug Stanhope. And could you say the name of the special one more time?
Last of the Dying Breed.
Yes. And if you really want, I would say, I don't remember the name of it, but the one he did in New York. No refunds?
Oh, his one from a long time ago?
Yeah. The one where he basically is in New York City and tells the Yankees players to go fuck themselves in like 7 different ways.
Yeah, he talks about how much he hates New York and everything.
Yeah. He's like, I would rather, he's like, I'm in New York City filming a comedy special. He's like, I don't want to be in fucking New York. New Yorkers don't want to be in New York. But my kind of comedy doesn't work on a fucking beach. It works here in this grimy ass city. Like, that is, I think that's called No Refunds. I'm not sure, but if you want to see like one of his,
it's called Before Turning the Gun. Before turning the gun on himself.
Oh, all right. Well, in any case, there's some good specials out there. If you like anything from Doug Stanhope, I encourage you to try out the one that we saw, or another one. If you're into edgy type humor, that kind of thing, definitely check him out. But fun, good pick, man.
Yeah, it's I want to say my favorite bits on that album were the beginning, Sorry, and the alligator thing, Making Fun, like we already talked about, and Me Tooing Myself.
Oh, that's right.
When he's talking about, and
the
I looked
story
it up before we started today. Yeah, like that lady did try to Me Too him. I don't know, it might have been just as a joke. Like she was just trying to do it as a joke, I think. And he really did like reply like, no, this is what happened. Like, it was.
I like that because he's not taking it sitting down. He's like, no, I did say that shit. That did happen. And if your ass would have come out of the fucking room and looked, you would have saw it funny too, but you didn't. And
right. But I think she might have been just joking on Twitter, like me.
I don't know,
like razzing him. I think it might have been a joke.
Right.
You know, I don't think she was truly trying to cancel him. Maybe she was, but I think it was a joke. But anyway, like that was just that was so funny. It was a dish of goat cheese micro penis hand job.
Like, he was so proud of his micro penis that even I would have jerked him off. It's like a novelty. It's just like, look at it.
It's non-threatening. It's like
it's just so confident. Dude, it's fucking great. Anyway, hopefully all this shit that we're quoting from this makes you want to watch him, because it was pretty damn funny. What do we have lined up for next week?
I'm short on time. For next week, a longtime listener, Danny, I forget your last name. I'm sorry, but you know who you are. And thanks for suggesting something. Royal Blood, and we're going with the album Typhoon, and because she suggested a song from a band, but not an album. So I'm just going with the song that the album's on. So
right.
Album is Typhoon, band is called Royal Blood.
Right.
And it's a new album from this year, it looks like. So check it
Cool.
out.
Yeah, I've seen them. They opened for Queens of the Stone Age, so they're kind of like that. If yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're gonna submit music and you just give us a song, then we're gonna go ahead and pick the album that came from that song. Though we do prefer, if you can, if you know an album, like if you can give us a whole album, we appreciate it. But if you don't know, like it's fine. If you can throw us a song and the name of the band, we'll just go ahead and take the song from that album and talk about that album. But if you can pick the whole album, that's cool too. That's what we prefer. But whatever you give us, we'll make it work. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, please, we've been doing good. We've had people submit things, and then I just see Alex and I kind of throwing up more comedy specials. If you like that, great. If you don't, make a suggestion for music, and then we'll do that. So thank you very much for watching us. I don't mind sweating today because I'm already working anyway. If I can do this shit on my lunch break, thanks, gang. And thank you, Alex, you sexy son of a. I like this guy a lot, and him fucking pulling up Doug Stanhope. I mean, I'm just saying, I like Alex. The guy always made me laugh. He's very fucking smart. And he's very fucking good at what's. I'm just saying, he's good at the PC shit. He kept me out of trouble. But for him to bring up some edgy comics, and we're both on the show, I appreciate that. It wasn't my idea. You would think I did this, but it wasn't. And so I thank you very much for pulling up Doug Stanhope, because that was cool. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys listen to him and check it out. We're big comedy fans, obviously, but if not, send us an album, man. We love it. We've been getting a lot of support from you guys lately. Keep it up. Keep going. We're not going to stop. So just keep sending us shit to talk about. Thank you very much.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that shit. Go to Instagram, tipwho69. Drop us a line there or comment on the YouTube channel if you want to hear or see anything. So, yeah, thanks.
That's it.
Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.